Hey, what's up, fellow van builders? It's Scott. Welcome back to Vandingo. And it's been a minute since I put out a video on the van and the van build. A whole lot of things were going on in the world as we went through wintertime. And so the thaw has begun and I'm back at it. I recently put a short up on the channel showing how the Multiplus 3000 from Victron, I just got the AC to work. I think to some degree by magic. Like, you know, when you're a home gamer and it's the first time you've done one of these, at least in terms of the equipment I'm using, I had to give a hand to my daughter's van. First time on a Multiplus, and it was really giving me some challenges. Finally, some by going back and studying and some by just sheer magic resolved. So as a show up on the short that I put up on the channel, the AC is now moving through the system, and I had a plug up, and sure enough, was able to light it up, and you know, I got AC power coming through, so I can get 110 now down to the receptacle. So this video is going to be about being able to charge an e-bike. So we have a swing away hitch. The bikes will be on the back of the van down low enough. And I wanted an outside receptacle so I could close the doors. So I'm actually going to put a receptacle here too when the doors are open, just for convenience. And I've got room and the ability to do it. But I'm going to put one that's down on this, connected to this rear step that I put in. It's a Flatline Van Company rear step. And it has a unique sort of steel area as part of its gusseting that I'm going to attach this to. So it'll be available to me when the doors are closed. And, you know, this thing's like a massive power generator anyway, all the time, right, with solar on the roof. And so having access to these batteries when everything's locked is super convenient, mainly for the e-bikes. But I don't know, God forbid we lost power to the house. You know, this thing packs some massive potential. These are two 400 amp hour batteries. There's a lot of power in here that could run a whole host of things should we lose power. Anyway, getting far afield there, sorry. This is about the e-bikes. And I'm going to show you the sort of the tools and equipment that I'm going to use for this. This video is going to be just about this portion of the van build. But I'm in the electrical phase right now because I want to finish that up. I got to put puck lights up. I got to put, you know, some other receptacles inside the van to prepare for just finishing it out. You know, roof goes up, got to put all the galley in and all that stuff. So again, back to this video. It's about this receptacle and getting it prepared for e-bikes. So let's get after it. All right, so here's that Flatline Van Company rear step, and here is sort of the area that I'm going to put this receptacle right here, waterproof receptacle. Now, this is about 6.5 inches, and I got about a 4-inch wide receptacle here. So that means I need to put a spacer on this side and a spacer on this side, so it will remain steady there. I've already drilled the hole. I think you can see there's some paper coming through it as I plugged it last night. Didn't want any critters coming up through there. The hole is here. I'm likely going to have to make that bigger because I've got more things to move through there that are electrical related. But we're going to start with that, and I can modify as necessary. And the intention is to put a sort of a gland over the top of this and have that sort of sealed nicely and sealed underneath as well with a receptacle box. This is kind of what we're going to use today. Obviously, this is the waterproof receptacle. And, you know, it's got punch outs on either side, or actually screws. And these are the spacers that will screw on both sides of there, right? So I just got to drill the holes in the rear step in the appropriate spot, and this should go in pretty easily. But then the 3-wire that's going to run the 110 I want to keep that, you know, preserved from the elements. So this baby right here will screw up to that hole, and then, you know, those will fit in there as needed and bend to this receptacle. So you're gonna need a drill, you're gonna need some bits. I already used pretty good sized bits and a step bit to basically auger out the hole that's already there. And as I said, we can go bigger if needed. All right, let's see if I can show you what I'm thinking here. So this is kind of where this thing sits. And you see there's, like I said, about 1.5 inches room. I measured this whole distance, then the distance of this, and, you know, just subtracted the difference. And I got a 3/4 gap on both sides. This just happens to be 3/4 right here. So in these waterproof boxes that they have, you just take this out of there. And my thought is, you're going to need this washer on this side anyway, right, when you go through there. So you'll need a washer on that side. And that'll allow, I'm not taking up hardly any space at all, so that's going to allow a lot of, plenty of room. So I can see right now that's not going to be a long enough bolt. So the plan would be one of those on each side. Here, let's just see real quick out of curiosity. That's going to work. And that's going to go about right there. And this is 5/16 is the hardware size I chose. That washer is pretty close to one of the bigger ones for 5/16, and that's to block this this punch out, or in this case, you unscrew it. You unscrew that thing, and that washer will block that area, because you do kind of want to bug-proof things that are going to go back up into the van. So any area where, you know, I think there's going to be holes or gaps, I'm going to try to do my best to bug-proof it. All right. So I'm going to get these longer bolts, and then I'm going to drill these out too. All right. Don't know if you can tell, but this is a little bit lower than this. This is the hitch, right? Hitch receiver. This is the aluminum, I think it's aluminum, maybe steel, step, extended step that I got from Flatline Van Company. So I need to move up this a little bit to put the hole in order to match where I'm going to put the hole across in the hitch area. So that's what I'm going to attempt right now. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Jesus. It's going to have to go right there. I need a shorter bit. Let me see. I'm not sure this is going to work, but give it a college try. That is some hot steel fragments coming off of there. All right. Let's make sure this fits. Yep, that fits. Now, oh God, that's still going to be too long. Oh my gosh. Need to take a grinder wheel and cut this thing off so this will fit. All right, wonders of a cutoff wheel. So I just took a grinder with a cutoff wheel and I took off what I hope is the appropriate amount. So let's see. Oh boy. Give me enough room to get in there. Let's see. By the hair of my chinny chin chin. Are you kidding me? Wow. This puts it into kind of perspective here. I could have given myself just a little bit more. There's hardly nothing left right there. Crazy town. Okay, but it worked. There. This is going to be kind of a difficult push in here. Let's see. And then we got to find that hole. This might be a little bit of a... Come on. I see you. There we go. There. My goodness. Okay. Now we got to tighten that thing up. Wow, that's good. So here's kind of what we got. Okay, so we got a locking nut, washer here, washer on the inside, and then we got this spacer on both sides. Spacer here as well. Same setup on this side, and it's on there. It's on there tight. Tough to move. So that's good. It's above axle height from that side, so it should be free of any hits. Now here's kind of the fun part. Here's my power supply coming through here, so I can hook my receptacle up, which I think I'll do for fun tonight. Let's do this the right way here. Green is ground. I'm gonna get this one right. Can't see it this late hour. Let's see. That says hot's on this side where my thumb is. And so hot is black. Okay. that's on there, and then white. This is neutral on this side. Let's get neutral in. Not quite under there, there we go. Neutral is in there. And so then, let's see. So I took the ground off the receptacle and put it on the rear base, which they supply a ground back there. So I'm going to see if that works. Well, it definitely goes in. All right, we're turned on, we're inverting, and we do. We got light, that's great. All right, success. Looking pretty good, look pretty clean, I might add. And it just grab this tab and up it comes. Now you got access, and it closes like this. All right, so there's a good look of the way the whole thing is set in there. We're making 110 power as we film this here, and just wanted to share my plan is this is a plumbing junction box, and it has room. You can put a cover on one. If you seal what you don't need to use, but it's got, you know, a tab here and a tab here, and that will go up and drill up and seal up into the bottom of the van there. And then I'll use some flexible pipe off of that to cover this completely all the way down to this terminal box. And you can just buy this, like I said, out of the hardware store. So cut it to fit. You have slip joints you can put on here. So you got this thing completely covered with this protective piping, so that this thing's ready to go for many miles and you don't run yourself into a dangerous situation. Now you're going to have to get up under here and check it from time to time, because even though this is all higher than the axle, you never know what kinds of things can come up in here and smack this. So you'll have to check it occasionally. But anytime you're up under here plugging your e-bike in, right, you're going to take a quick look, make sure everything's running okay. So that's done. All right, here's the real test. We are plugged in with the charger, and let's see if we're nice. You can see right there, we're charging. Exactly what I was hoping for. Awesome. All right, gang, if you made it to the end of this video, first of all, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. And just as I had said at the outset, the goal here was to get an exterior receptacle mounted for 110 so that we could charge our e-bikes. And we are, in fact, charging this e-bike as we speak. So mission accomplished. And there's some cleanup that needs to be done, but I'm going to do that off camera. This is a wrap, and just want to say thanks and look forward to future videos to come. Be good. Bye-bye.